Hello everybody, a very good morning to all of you. Again, I welcome you to my channel. Today, we will be discussing about polymerase chain reaction. It is otherwise called as people's choice reaction. In this reaction, there is no need of living cell, there is no need of amplifying unnecessary sequence of DNA, and within a very short period we can amplify the DNA into millions of segments. Okay? This technique, it was first discovered in 1985 by Kary Mullis. It has specific advantage over recombinant DNA technology. What are the advantages? In recombinant DNA technology, we have used living cell for the process of multiplication. Here, there is no living cells needed. We can get millions folds of DNA, millions fold within a short period, It is a versatile in vitro process which can produce segments of DNA at a faster rate. Okay, it's a very faster process. These are the basic advantages of PCR over the technique of recombinant DNA technology. Okay, so it is used in a number of technology for gene cloning, for formation of DNA library and so on. We can carry out in vitro without using any type of living cell. So, we will start about the different steps of PCR and how this is conducted in this video. To carry out this process, we need template strand. First, the tools for the process are the template strand. First, template. The second one is all essential nucleotides. That means adenine nucleotide, deoxyriboadenosine triphosphate, deoxyriboguanosine triphosphate, deoxyribocytidine triphosphate, thymidine triphosphate. Okay, these are the essential nucleotides for the process. Then we need the polymerase enzyme to elongate the process, and in recent times to prevent repeated adding of this polymerase enzyme, we have implemented Taq DNA polymerase, because in the process of PCR we are continuously denaturing and renaturing the process, and that means we are increasing the temperature for converting the DNA into single stranded template and again renaturing for attachment of primer. To avoid the degradation of DNA polymerase enzyme, we are in this stage using Taq DNA polymerase, which was isolated from Thermus aquaticus. This enzyme is one of the thermostable enzyme. Okay, this is all about the tools of the PCR process. We will discuss about the in vitro carrying out of PCR technology in this video. Okay, let's see. Let's discuss about in vitro carrying out of the process. In vitro mechanism of PCR. This PCR process is almost equal with the recombinant DNA technology process. Okay. The steps which are followed during the process of DNA replication are similar in this in vitro technology. Okay. The reaction cannot be carried out without primer and all essential nucleotides. Mind it became very much essential to have nucleotides. This reaction cycle, along with the template, these two are needed. The reaction cycle consists of the following steps. Okay, the first step is denaturation. What happened during the process? Let's see. Suppose this is the DNA template. The hydrogen bonds help in gathering the two strands, forming a single unit. We have the desired genomic sequence which is to be copied is within it. Suppose this is the DNA carrying the gene which is desired to be copied through PCR process. So we have to first denature the DNA. Then how to denature it? Typically, the genomic DNA having the desired genome is exposed to higher temperature, that is from 93 to 95 degrees Celsius. Okay. In this temperature, the double stranded DNA became single strands due to splitting of the hydrogen bonds. The hydrogen bonds split so that the double stranded DNA became single stranded. Okay. This was the first step of denaturation. Then the denaturation is followed by primer design. It became very much essential to design the primers. Without primer design, the process cannot be carried out. So we have to first design all essential primer, because the primers should be made according to the terminal sequences, because without having all equivalent bases present at the terminal, the reaction cannot carried out. Okay. So we have to first design the primers. So how to design primers? The primers are specific sequences for flanking the target DNA. For copying the target DNA, the primers are specific sequences. Okay. So to reduce primer binding at other location, the DNA other location, it became essential to design the primer. Suppose the primer should have attached at this location. Sometimes it is found that when the primer is not designed properly, it will attach to any other places. So the primer are needed. The basic steps in designing the primer. So how to design the primer? First of all, we have to reduce the length of, we have to confine the primer. It should not be very short or very long. The primer should not be not very short or not very long. It is the first step to design the primer. The second step is the GC content should be within 40 to 60%. Guanosine cytosine content should be 40 to 60%. The second, these two, except these two, the inverted repeat region or the complementary sequence should be greater than inverted repeat should be greater than 3 base pair. If the inverted repeat or complementary sequences are less than 3 base pair, then it became very difficult to carry out the process as complementary sequences are not found. Okay, the length should be always greater than 3 base pair. The melting temperature for true primer should differ by more than 5 degrees Celsius. It is very much essential. The melting temperature for amplification should not differ from primer by 10 degrees Celsius. The melting temperature Tm value of two strands should be greater than 5 degree Celsius, but the Tm value for primer with this strand should not be not more than 10 degrees Celsius, should be 10 degree Celsius less than equal to 10 degrees Celsius. Tm per, it is for primer, with strand, it is between the two strands. Okay, this is essential to design a primer. After designing the primer, we have already denatured the strands, we have designed the primers, then we have to select all essential nucleoside triphosphate to carry out the process. Okay, so different nucleotides, deoxyribonucleotides are used. We have already discussed we have already discussed these nucleotides. These nucleotides, active nucleotides, are used for the process of carrying, for the process of elongation. Okay. Then after denaturation and designing the primer, we have to renature. Okay, let me to erase. We have to renature. Already the two DNA strands have been denatured. These two strands already denatured. We have made primers according to the design, also made nucleotides. After these two, primer and nucleotides, now it is the time to renature. These are the primer, very short sequences of DNA having specific number of nucleotides. These primers are artificial segment which are made according to the terminal sequence of DNA. We have made it by taking the nucleotide into account, otherwise it cannot be carried out. It is not very accurate to be carried out. Okay. Then renaturing. The temperature of the mixture, now it is a mixture of template, primer, nucleotides. The mixture is now reduced to temperature 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. The ideal temperature is 53 degrees Celsius. Okay. When the temperature reduced, the renaturation takes place. The primer now attached. Here, look at this. The primer attached at the terminal due to reformation of hydrogen bond. At 96 degrees Celsius, no hydrogen bond can be formed. Here, due to formation of hydrogen bond, the primers get annealed to it. The annealing temperature varies. Maybe it is 70 degrees Celsius, it may be, but the ideal temperature is 50 to 60. Okay. The annealing temperature is 5 degrees Celsius below the calculated melting temperature. Mind it, the calculated Tm value, calculated melting temperature should be reduced by 5 degrees Celsius for annealing. Okay. So we can also calculate the Tm value here. The Tm value is equal to melting temperature is equal to suppose we have guanosine and cytosine content. So 4 into G plus C content because G plus C content plus 2 into A plus T content, sorry, T plus T content, A plus T content is the degrees Celsius. This is the temperature that is calculated for the process of carrying out melting temperature in a strand. It depends upon the GC content and other nucleotides. So after renaturation, we have to add Taq DNA polymerase. Taq DNA polymerase enzyme. Taq DNA polymerase enzyme. The polymerase enzyme can elongate the primer in the requisite direction. The Taq DNA polymerase started adding the nucleotides in this manner, so the strands elongate. After complete elongation, the temperature is maintained. The renaturation temperature is also maintained here. During temperature maintenance, the primer elongate. After 20 cycle, after first cycle, we can get 2 DNA. Again, we have to follow the same process, that is 90 to 95 degrees Celsius for denaturation. Again, the nucleotides and primers have already added in thousands, so no need to add them again. We have to renature the temperature again. So for the second cycle, we have obtained 4 strands here. For second cycle, we have taken 4 strands. These 2 denature. So at the end of second cycle, we can obtain 4 copies. In this way, after the end of 20 cycle, the number of DNA strands is equal to 1 into 10 to the power 16 numbers. After this number obtained after 20 cycle. Okay. So in this way, we have we can able to produce millions of folds of desired DNA segment without using any type of living cell. After 20 cycle, this is the number. After 30 cycle, we can 1 into 10 to the power 19, 30 cycle, such number is obtained. So a millions of DNA segment can be obtained here. So it is all about the process of PCR. To carry out the process, we have to only denature, then renature, addition of nucleotides and primer, addition of enzyme to elongate them, and ultimately the copies of DNA can be obtained in artificial manner. Thank you again. It is all about the process of PCR. In the next video, we will discuss about the variations of PCR. Okay. Again, thank you all.